This box is my new secret weapon. Do you want to see what's in it? Just kidding, it's just white rice. So now that my calories are getting more reduced and I'm still dealing with my back injury, I actually have a team of coaches now. So I got Fam, who's doing my nutrition, and this is very, very helpful, by the way, because this is the most important meat in my life and the most serious I've taken a meat. I didn't want to have any stress on myself because there's already enough stress as an athlete, right? Like one day you move something, you're like, dude, that move's so good. How come it doesn't move as good today? And so I want to just focus in on just being an athlete. So I'm taking all of the coaching and all of the macro managing out of my list of responsibilities. What?
I got a basketball.
You do have basketball. Okay, show me your basketball cards. Russell Westbrook. Okay, this one you have to keep to the side. And don't mess this one up. You know why? Because he's really good, but also, did you know me and Papa, well, I am Papa, but me and Russell, we were in the same class together in college. So fun fact, me and Russell Westbrook, although he'll never remember me because there was a class of 170, but we were both in a class at UCLA together. Okay, put these away.
What about this one?
I don't know the other guys. You gotta ask.
Yeah, they're showing their names.
I know, but I don't know who they are. You have to ask Theo Silent Mike. He knows way more about basketball than me. Okay, go. See you later. So yeah, I'm trying to take all of the micromanaging or macromanaging out of my hands so I can just micromanage, focus on executing lifts, doing the protocol, and seeing the plan to the end. So I got Fam handling my nutrition. I got Kyle, who's been doing my programming and my coaching. And then I also have John Song, who has been doing my rehabilitation in conjunction with Kyle. Both John and Fam told me I should be eating rice in the mornings before I train now. One, to feel very fueled and energized and get me through the workout as hard as I can. The other one, because of my back issue, getting a little bit of rice and about 30 ounces of water in my tummy is gonna help me brace way harder. So it's actually from a medical standpoint. So I've been implementing this protocol and it's been working pretty damn good. And I actually look forward to it now because getting to eat something warm and kind of a little bit salty, and I put soy sauce on there, it's like my morning snack because I do wake up hungry as fuck. So I'm just doing something small, like about 100 grams. White rice. You can tell that I love food. I love food too much, which is why it's hard for me to look like Matt Ogus all the time. All right, boom. See, it's not too much, just a little bit. And the reason I asked John, I was like, why not apple? Why not oatmeal or banana? It's because white rice has very little fiber. So it's just carbs, 0 protein, 0 fats, almost 0 fiber. So your body will vaporize this and it won't sit around during the workout. Whereas something else that has like the apple or banana will have fiber, so it's gonna sit around for a little bit. So put this bad boy in the microwave. For meat day, I'll probably, since I am not worried about my calories on meat day because I would have weighed in already, I'll probably have 2 or 3x that because I love it so much now. And I know that if I just put soy sauce, because one mistake I made before is I put too much seasonings and then your body's not really actually digesting it. Putting just soy sauce, my body vaporizes it like that. So while I make that, meanwhile, I still make my morning juju. Got my creatine, and another thing they recommend, they're like, excuse me, Bart, both Fam and John recommend it. Do you have electrolytes? Because I would highly prefer while you're cutting and while you're dealing with your back to get some electrolytes in you so that you can brace and bloat a little bit more too and feel really hydrated during the workout. And I was like, well, guess what, coaches, you're in luck. We actually make our own electrolytes. So this is something I've started taking more for fun because I just thought theoretically a hydrated body is a stronger body, but now both coaches recommend it, so I'm recommending it to you guys too. And this is probably one of the best tasting electrolytes out there. Still got my Gatorade mix. The way that I almost like view it is the Gatorade is that instant carb, that instant blood sugar spike. And I'm talking about it like a drug addict because I was a former drug addict, but I get the sugar, right? With the caffeine. You feel it right away. And then the rice kicks in after the warm-ups. But now all of this makes sense now because I'm also rehabbing my back. So let's fucking go. And right now, everything is incredibly important because we're only 5 weeks out now. 5 weeks out, and we need to rehab my back, and we need to push because this is the most serious I've taken any other meet, and it's the biggest powerlifting stage of my life. Let's fucking go. Now comes my favorite food. I feel like I'm doing a racist commercial, an Asian guy holding rice. Now comes my favorite food. Ding, 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 ding. It's got some soy sauce up in here. How to use this thing? See, Gio gets all these fancy looking contraptions, and I don't know how to use any of this. Okay, there we go. Got some soy sauce up in here. The only sad part is it's not the whole bowl. Damn, smells so good. I'm such a peasant. All right, cool. So the goal is to eat rice and down like a third of it or half of it. Get that nice little bloat going. We're 5 weeks out. 2 weeks of it is spent on doing rehab. This is week 1. So I got another week, which is also why it's so fucking important that the rehab protocol goes perfectly and I execute perfectly so that we could spend 3 weeks ramping up as hard as we can. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Bulletproof the back, get everything back moving, squat and deads moving again, and really ramp up hard the last 3 weeks. So going through the protocol, I have a very specific protocol that John Song has helped me with. This one is called the modified pigeon stretch. And he only wants me to do one side, which is very interesting, but I'm just trying to execute perfectly. So you kind of get on all fours, get your body in like all 90-degree angles. Put your other leg behind the ankle, get down to your elbows, and then aim your belly button to the side, and then hold this for like a minute. And what this does is it opens up the low back and stretches the glute, which are the exact areas that was hurt. So the cool thing is, John says my lower back, and I also got a second opinion just in case. They both said that my lower back isn't too injured. Right now, the pain that I'm feeling is the muscles like being guarded. So it's kind of like my body's way of protecting itself. Like I overstretched or I pulled up my muscle, my back muscle. So now all the muscles around are like, oh shit, protect it. This guy's doing dumb shit. So that's the pain that we're feeling. So all these stretches is letting the body like relax, like it's okay. We're not gonna do anything dumb anymore. And that's really what we're trying to do, and then build back the original movement and allow my body to move the way it needs to be. So that was the first one. Second one is called rock back breathing. Once again, I start in all 90-degree angles. Sit back to my heels. Get on my elbows, palms up. Push back with my elbows. And then another minute of deep breathing. And try to breathe into the low back. After I do these stretches, I always have to take a little break because I'll get lightheaded and I feel like I'm gonna pass out because I'm trying to breathe as deep as I can. The final one is actually the funniest one. I'll do this one just throughout the day, like at school, at the barber shop, supermarket, and Jill's always telling me, stop doing that, you look fucking weird. It does look weird, but it feels the best, but you have to do it in this order. And what this one does is it's helping my body understand it's okay to externally rotate again. And externally rotate just means, like, you know, when your feet are planted on the floor and that whole cue knees out, you want your knees out because all the tendons in your knees, they're shaped like this. So when you're twisting this way, the right way, it's tight. If you twist the other way, that's how people like rip their ACL and all the other CLs in there. So right now, my body doesn't want to externally rotate, which is why I have a hard time hitting depth while I'm injured like this. Because you guys have seen my last meet, no depth issues, all the training, no depth issues. But all of a sudden when I started squatting again from my back injury, I was like having a hard time finding depth. It's because my body doesn't want to externally rotate. So this movement helps my body go, okay, relax your lower back, your glutes, and it's okay to externally rotate. So you stand with a slightly narrower than your regular squat stance, but then have your toes out so your knees can travel far. Keeping your back straight, like your low back straight. Because right now, because my back is so guarded, it wants to overarch. And that's also hard to find depth if you're overarching. So, narrow stance, knees out, low back straight, slight bend in the knees, and breathe deeply into the low back. And then every 5 to 10 breaths, I go lower and lower and lower. And I think this is called like squat extended breaths or something like that. But you'll see why it looks so weird. Because now I'm just standing out of school watching Taka go to class like this. That feels good. I can feel my whole pelvis open up. And that feels like lets my lower back not overarch, keeps it nice and flat, letting my body trust it. And then I do 10 squats of just body weight with this new cue that John taught me. And I've been around powerlifting for a decade now. And I've heard a ton of different squat cues, like getting under the bar, like screwing your feet in, brace like a soda can, or breathe into your spine. I've heard all kinds of different cues. And shout outs to John, but he told me the easiest cue ever. And I'm like, dude, I fucking love this one. So for those of you guys who have trouble squatting like me, where squatting is a very, very foreign thing in your body, especially low bar, and your body just has a hard time finding what it's supposed to do, he says, go on your squat stance. And this is something you have to figure out on your own, whether you're wide or narrow. But once you're here, when you get under the bar, he says one problem a lot of people do is they get on the bar looking at the floor. So you have where you want to be, you look down, by the time you're done setting up and you unrack, your body's actually out of position, and you feel like it's in position because you're still looking up. But what you're really doing is just compensating with your neck. So you see how like you could be bent over, and now you're like, oh yeah, this is the position I need to be in, versus set up, get under the bar, keeping your eyes at the same place, and then when you unrack while still looking, then you're in the position that you're your strongest. So that's cue number one he told me. Don't look at the floor when you set up. Stay looking at that one point and then move your whole body underneath. The second thing is after you unrack and you walk back and you settle, all you have to do is move your weight towards the knuckles of your feet. And once you move it towards your knuckles of your feet, breathe and draw a straight line with the bar. So and when he told me that, I was like, dude, that's so fucking easy. Because I'm used to like bending the bar on your back, unrack, make sure your feet are screwed in. As your knees are going out, slight bend of the hips, sit back but not too much and make sure the knees are forward. Then then descend without bringing your chest down. And then so now you're like, dude, I gotta focus on 7,000 things, what the fuck? I'm never gonna be a good power lifter. So the way he taught me, I'm like, dude, I love that. So after you do the whole unrack, weight on the knuckles, draw a straight line. And then when you come up, you're naturally gonna come up like this and straighten out. So breath, back on the knuckles. Back on the knuckles. That's it. And now I'm ready to squat. He doesn't want me to do any other fucking bullshit warm-ups. He goes, for right now, I know you like to do a bunch of other warm-ups, but we just need to get your body in the perfect position and then squat right from there. That's why even that pigeon stretch breathing, because most of the injuries on the right side, don't even do it on the other side. Only do it on this right side so we fix it. Because the last thing we want is to fix the broken side and then make the good side too flexible. Then you're back to this weird asymmetry. We're trying to bring you back to as symmetrical as possible. I was like, hey man, whatever it takes, coach. So now I'm put on knee sleeves and ready to rock and roll. So unfortunately, the IPF is not as, prone to style as some of the other federations are. So our knee sleeves are not approved in the IPF. They are approved in USAPL and they are approved in WRPF. But in the IPF, I have to squat with another brand. These hinges are still pretty damn good, but I am not allowed to wear our own. And since we're only 5 weeks out, I do want to be as specific as possible. So I'm wearing the brand that I will be wearing on the platform. Had I not had an injury, I probably would have continued to wear our knee sleeves until maybe 1 or 2 weeks out. But right now, with like my back holding on by a thread, figuratively and literally, I'm like, it's probably in my best interest to keep things as comp specific as possible so that I'm gonna be completely familiar. Because chances are on meet day, it's still gonna feel foreign, because like my back is so fresh, and our goal is to smash as hard as we can. So just all these little baby details, just trying to add them all up so we have big success at the end. So same cues as I said before. Looking at that point, don't look down, stay looking forward. That way we don't overcompensate with the neck. You can look down after you unrack because you're already in the stable position. Breathe, knuckles, draw a straight line. So on Monday I hit 275 for a top set of 5. We got 2 weeks of rehab. If I could even be on track by going 275, 315 for 5 today, 365 or 335 for 5 on Monday, bring me back to 365 or 405 or 5 next Thursday/Friday, I'll be right on track to do a hard ramp up. So that's my goal. Although the ultimate law that we want to follow is the pain cap. So don't go out of 5 out of 10 no matter what. So that's the main thing, is trying to train as hard as I can while staying pain-free and not going past the RPE. So if we can hit 315 for 5 today, that's a fucking huge win. So let's see what we got. All right, so belting up early just to be safe. Can't take no chances. We don't have that much time left and I can't risk injury. And this belt's tight because of the rice and all that, but it's a good feeling. Feels like my back's really supported. Same cues. Smash these for another set of 5. So far, so good. Should have recorded that just to see, but felt good. I felt a little bit of tenderness, but that's fine. That's normal. That's what coach told me. Because there's scar tissue, there's still the muscle trying to protect itself, all that. But as long as it's under a 5 out of 10, we want to keep it at a 3 out of 10. But as long as it's out of a under 5 out of 10, we're good. So because I know the trajectory that I want to go on, I want to jump straight to 315 for 5, especially that's something that I've smashed. But because of my injury, I want to make sure I don't trigger some sort of response. So I think the smart thing to do is I am going to take that jump, which I never do, 275, like a middle jump, and just make sure I ingrain that movement pattern. And if this indeed feels good, then I'll take 315 for 5. Otherwise, 315 for 5 is just an arbitrary thing that I'm choosing rather than let my body dictate, you know? Because if this moves mediocre, then I'll go, okay, cool, I need to take 295 for 5 instead of 315 for 5. But had I not taken this jump, I would know until I'm under 315, and then I'm gonna go fuck it. And there goes my chances of making sure everything stays under 5 out of 10, you know? So just trying to be really, really, really smart. And this is one of the reasons why I have so many coaches this round, is my coach structures the plan. So as an athlete, I can decide what I want to do the day of. But now imagine I have to make these decisions and I'm still coaching and I'm looking at my spreadsheet. This is too much, you know? So yeah, we'll take 275 and see how that feels. See what that looks like. It felt heavy, but that's also because my body's not used to anything anymore. So I want to rely on the video to see the effort put in. See, I'm glad I did that, because I'll probably take a small jump. I would have loved 315, but I think it's smarter if I do 295 so I don't ruin it. You know what I want to do? I really want 315. I also want to get there smart. I'm going to take 295, and if it feels good, I'll move up. If not, I'll count that as a first rep, and I'll do another set of 4, because I really want to stay on that trajectory. So yeah, we'll do 295 and we'll see how 1 feels. Felt good, actually. Felt really good. One thing I realized I did that made the 275 not move as well as this one is I did the right cues, but when I was squeezing the bar into my back, I overarched again. So I felt more tenderness. And then so when I retook the 295, I was like, wait, why am I doing that? I'm going back to old habits of trying to protect my back. So I unrack like this with pelvis tucked in, kind of like, you know, like this movement that we were doing to keep the pelvis tucked. And it was way, way, way better. So I think I am ready for 315. Just gotta make sure I keep that cue, pelvis tucked. Dude, I fucking read the program wrong. I thought I was supposed to hit a top set of 5 today. I only need to hit a single for my top set at a 5. Well, it's always good to be veer on the side of being more careful. So yeah, if this feels good, I can go straight to 365 then. Let's hope it feels good. Felt pretty good, actually. I think 365 might be too big of a jump, so I'm gonna go for 335, but that felt good. That was definitely under a 5 RPE. I think maybe like a 3 or 4. I think that was a 5. I wanted 365 or even 355, but we'll take the wins where we get them. And I think that was good. Now we do a back off set of 4. Okay, that was good. Thank God I'm a much better lifter than before. 2017 Bart would have been like, fuck it, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then re-break my back and then be out for 8 months. Now it's all about the little wins. Get the little wins when we can. Okay, cool. So that was 315. Now I need to hit a set of 4. I'm thinking in between 275 and 295. Let's do 275 just to be safe. I want to make sure I'm as safe as possible. No re-injury. 4 perfect squats. Oh, I fucked up. That was good. The cap was 5. I think that was about a 4. Really remembered all the cues. And one thing that I am proud of myself is before, if I start setting up and I fucked up already, I'll be like, fuck it. That's how I think I pulled my back. This is when I was deadlifting and the bar was too far away from me. And I'm already like, nope, already engaged. But I realized I looked down, start all over. And we got this done. So let's see what the next 4 are. 255 next. What's really cool is this current 2-week rehab programming is a collaboration between my 2 coaches. So John took over the lower body programming and Kyle is still maintaining the upper body programming. So the reason why we have so many back downs is because what John was saying is when your body part is still recovering, as it's training, it's going to get weaker because it's very sensitive and tender still. So instead of just doing 1 back down set and trying to force your body to do 3 sets of those, your body will naturally start like diminishing. So you want to still maintain that RPE while it goes down. So after this back down, I have another back down. So it's like very, very smart stuff, which is really cool. And shout outs to Coach Kyle, because I come from the period where like in 2015, if you're coaching someone and I even see you talking to another coach, coaches would be like, yo, why are you talking to him? Well, they're showing me this tricep exercise I never saw before. No, you gotta talk to me. You know, it's very like, this is mine, this is our territory. And it was cool for Kyle to be like, hey, like, this is starting to go beyond the scope of what I understand. We need someone that has a degree, and John Song is a doctor of physical therapy, someone that has a degree in this, and they co-programmed this together. So very, very, very cool stuff. I love how collaborative this whole journey has been. One more. It's crazy that 255 feels like fucking 400. Insane. One more set. Make no mistake, while I'm going through all these light ass fucking weights, recovery isn't like, oh, it's just going through light weights. They actually feel really, really hard. Like my body's, or my lower back's really tender. The form feels very foreign, and I have a lot of like random little shakes in between. But we're really just trying to like squat through the scar tissue, so to speak, without any pain. So in many ways, this is squatting like this. It feels a lot more cerebral and harder than when I'm doing like a top set of like let's say a 405 AMRAP. This is actually very, very difficult. So I'm trying to do whatever I can to not further injury. Done. I think that was my best set actually. Because like in this range of motion, how hard I tuck my hips, how I brace, all that feels like I'm squatting for the first time. Because there's parts that go like, as I'm unracking, even when the bar's moving, like ooh, 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 ooh. Like there's lots of really tender parts and really just trying to find that bar path. Done with this, leg extensions. So next up I got leg extensions. They want me to do ascending 12s, meaning going up in weight. So this one will be like a RP5, then 6, then 7. Probably they don't want me to like jerk too hard and like pull something. So like I'm done squatting. I got through the squat workout. I was able to improve from the last session, but make no mistake, my fucking back is stiff and tender as fuck, and that's just part of it. We're just trying to like push, let the body heal, push, let the body heal, push, let the body heal. So it is a tough part until my body's 100% healthy. I'm gonna start my 12s here. Okay, I'm gonna add a 10. Hey, Cooper. Even when I'm doing these, I'm like bracing hard, trying to do all the right cues. One more set. Just 2 more. That's it. done. Oh man. Yep. These sessions aren't that sexy because we're not hitting no PRs or nothing, but it's extremely important because we're trying to build back and try to get ourselves back and as close to the place as possible as where we were when we got injured. Because I keep rewatching those videos. That one week we hit a PR and it was 450 for 2. I'm like, damn, dude, I was on track to probably like a 510, 520 squat on meet day. And now we're back to squatting fucking 255. I'm like, shit. But everything happens for a reason. And like just like how I learned a new squat cue, I learned a new deadlift cue too. So maybe that's like, if there is like a greater being or whatever, or karma or life, whatever you guys believe in, maybe they put these things in place for me so that I can learn how to do things the right way and then also share it with other people and pass on the knowledge. So that's how I like to view things. There's always a positive outlook. So I'm gonna keep pushing as hard as I can, keep trying as hard as I can. We're only 5 weeks out and we'll see what happens meet day. But whatever happens, I know that I gave it my all and everything is happening for a reason. Thank you guys for following. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.